First things first, I'm going to be speaking on behalf of somebody that has actually watched Mugen Train, and to give my opinions on this episode, I kind of have to express certain things that would spoil Mugen Train. So, if you have not watched the movie, this is not the impressions video for you. This is going to be for people that actually watched Mugen Train and are now coming back to watch this brand new episode. So, full-on spoilers for the Mugen Train. I want to emphasize on that. This is extreme spoilers here, so please do not watch on if you have not watched Mugen Train. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic to once again see the Flame Hashira. It's one of those things where obviously I was a little bit annoyed by him in the movie at very first glance, but now it's like when I see him eating and he's saying umai, umai, I'm like, this guy, I miss him so much already. And that was pretty much my feeling the entire episode, is it's like this aspect of, I almost wish I had this as a perspective before going into Mugen Train, because this gives us a really clear picture of him before we get this really goofy intro for him in Mugen Train. But as usual, with this entire series, absolutely beautiful episode. Just all of these shots, all the perspectives, the visuals, the lighting, everything, the colors were absolutely fantastic. It has me extremely excited for what's to come. Unfortunately, as we mentioned before, having to go through the Mugen Train segment again. But even still, I am going to be watching the entire series just so I can get all these little bits of extra clips that we'll be getting throughout this series that weren't in the original one. To get these remixes of the music and all that kind of stuff, I'm looking forward to it either way. And I might end up doing videos if I see that there's some significant changes that I think are worth noting. But obviously this is the events leading up to Mugen Train, so there's a lot of discussion about these 40 people that were missing on the Mugen Train. It's currently being maintained, and at the same time there's this talk of this slasher at this particular town that might be the one that actually caused this incident. So as he's looking around the town to try to find out about this slasher, we obviously meet this bento seller and her grandmother who works at the train station. There's a lot of talk about this slasher, the demons. This girl doesn't seem to believe that this demons exist. She's like, no, this is just wrong, this shouldn't exist. I liked how they kind of linked it back into it later on when she's mentioning the idea, I'm sorry, Grandma, that I told you that demons don't exist. Now they know they exist. And the Flame Hashira is like, look, it's a good thing that you don't think they exist. It's good to go on with your life never knowing they exist or never running into them. Of course, he eventually is investigating and he leads himself to the maintenance location where they have the Mugen Train at, where he ends up finding this demon, and this demon's incredibly fast, and he actually challenged him to a speed run. Like, he hates human food, so he's like, the moment he finds this food and he finds it disgusting, he wants to go kill this girl that made the food, so he rushes back to the town, and this is incredible because this is the point in which the Flame Hashira utilizes like his breathing control to make himself incredibly fast and just kind of shoots down this train tracks. It was just incredible animation as always. Just the velocity and everything that they kind of somehow portray in this series is absolutely incredible. But yeah, thankfully it arrives there in time, saves the grandmother, saves the granddaughter. And it was really cool because it has this point which, again, the guy's like testing him with his speed. He's like, see if you can arrive to me before I can cut her neck, and he just like, nope, no need to test that. Boom, done. But it has this like moment where as he's putting his sword away, the grandmother recalls back 20 years prior when her life, as well as the granddaughter's mother's life, or at least her daughter, their life was saved by a man that looked exactly like him. He's like, you're the one that saved me 20 years prior. And he's like, no, that would have been my father, and it brings me great joy that I saved the same person that my father saved. And this is where it gets really sad. Again, super spoilers for Mugen Train. Please, if you have not watched it and you're still watching, this was makes it real sad because the moment that this point happened, I was like, there's the promise that was never kept. He says, I promise that one day I will go and tell my father about you, and he will be excited to know. And I was like, oh, dang it. Dang it. This sucks. Why did I watch this episode when I knew it was going to be nothing but about the Flame Hashira and his experiences up to the Mugen Train? Because, like, I love this character so much. And I guess it's technically a good thing because, yes, we did get a full movie with this character, but not really getting into him as a character. And even hurt even more at the end of this episode, they had this segment where Tanjiro is trying to get information from the bird to ask him what people think of the Flame Hashira. And it goes to every single person, and no matter what they say, every single person of the entire team loved him. He was that respected. He had this great nature about him. He was positive. He was uplifting. He was strong. He had a great voice. All these great things about this character that, unfortunately, we won't ever see again. I guess, again, we get to play through the Mugen Train series again, so we'll get to see more of him, I guess. It sucks. I mean, the Mugen Train wrecked me. The Mugen Train absolutely wrecked me. Train wrecked me. But yeah, as always, a Footable, absolutely incredible studio. The visuals, everything was absolutely incredible for this series, or at least this episode. It's been for the series as well. I forgot the point where the Bento girl was like afraid of him, so she chucks this bread right at his face. He's like, no, at first she's like, don't shake too much, you're gonna drop the bread, and she chucks it at his face, and he takes it. My guy's great, and he just buys her out like over and over again. Just a good dude. It's kind of like Tanjiro. Like, it's so great to have an entire episode just on the Flame Hashira because he's similar to Tanjiro. And that was a whole thing of why I love the original series of Demon Slayers. It's a shonen. It's a typical shonen. Guy wants to get stronger and stronger, protect the ones that he loves. But it was always great because Tanjiro was a good boy. Like, he's a good person. And so you do root for him to do incredible things. And it was the same thing with the Hashira. He's just incredible. He's strong. And he's good-willed. He's a good person. But yeah, again, incredible episode. Really did love it. Looking forward to more. Like I said, I will be watching through the rest of the Mugen Train recaps. I've heard some people say here and there that, of course, we already knew that was going to be 6 episodes of the Mugen Train recap. And apparently a lot of people are saying that the Entertainment District arc is only going to be 11 episodes. That's a little bit sad because, obviously, I was looking forward to 2 full arcs of Demon Slayer. But it does look like they're only going to go about 18 episodes total. Unless the entertainment arc is 11 episodes and they do, like, I don't know, a few episodes of something else. I doubt it, but hopefully we'll get more. But that's my thoughts on this episode, this first episode of the Mugen Train TV arc, or Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba 2nd season. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe if you haven't already, share this video if you can, support us on Patreon if you can. We definitely appreciate everybody that does. Additionally, if you want to go in the description down below, there's a tip button there that you can support us directly. And I thank you all for watching, and y'all take care.